Hello dear students, in the previous video we studied about the system of the USSR Union, and today we will discuss Gorbachev and the disintegration. So let's start. Mikhail Gorbachev, who had become General Secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union in 1985, sought to reform this system. As we discussed in the previous video that a high class of bureaucracy was developed in the USSR system and the people were dissatisfied. They demanded for freedom. So in 1985, Mikhail Gorbachev became the General Secretary of Communist Party of Soviet Union, the whole soul party of Soviet Union, and he tried to reform the system. Reforms were necessary to keep the USSR abreast of the information and technology revolutions taking place in the West. At that time, Mikhail felt that reforms in the USSR system were necessary to compete with the information and technological revolutions, inventions, developments of the West countries, especially the USA one. However, the Gorbachev decision to normalize relations with the West and democratize and reform the Soviet Union had some other effects that neither he nor anyone else intended or anticipated. And Mikhail Gorbachev made some reforms to normalize the relations with the West countries and to establish democracy. But as the effect of these changes, these reforms, some other results were also happen, and those things, those other effects were not anticipated, were not expected either by Mikhail or by anyone. The people in the East European countries, which were part of the Soviet bloc, started to protest against their own governments and Soviet control. The people in European countries, which were the part of the USSR Union, they started to protest against their own governments and demanded for freedom, separation from the USSR Union. Unlike the past, Soviet Union under Gorbachev did not intervene when the disturbance occurred and the communist regimes collapsed one after another. And what happened then when the protest began? Unlike the previous regimes, previous governments, Gorbachev did not intervene in the worsening situation, in the protests occurring especially in the European countries, which were the part of the USSR, and the situation turned worse and the communist regimes collapsed one after another, one by one. These developments were accompanied by a rapidly escalating crisis within the USSR that hastened its disintegration. And these developments were accompanied by rapidly increasing crisis of everything, and that also helped and increased the pace of disintegration of the USSR. Gashev initiated the policies of economic and political reform and democratization within the country. The reforms were opposed by leader within the Communist Party. Gashev also tried to reform the economy, political situations, political theories, and he also tried to establish democracy, and he used he tried to reform all these things, but his reforms of economy, political reforms and democratizations were highly opposed by the leaders of Communist Party. A coup took place in 1991, that was encouraged by Communist Party hardliners. So a successful task occurred in 1991, and that was encouraged by the Communist Party leaders. The people had tasted freedom by then and did not want to old style rule of Communist Party. And by the time in 1991, people knew that what was the freedom and how important the freedom was for them. So they were quite disagree to remain in the old system with the USSR community. Boris Yeltsin emerged as the national hero in opposing this coup. So in opposition of this coup, Boris Yeltsin became the hero of this protest emergent. The Russian Republic, where Yeltsin won a popular election, began to shake off centralized control. And the Russian Republic, where Yeltsin won the popular election, there the Russian USSR system or centralized system began to shake. Power began to shift from Soviet center to the republics, especially in the more Europeanized part of the Soviet Union, which saw themselves as sovereign states. And slowly, power started to shift from the USSR system to different states, countries, and sovereign states. Especially the countries who were the part of Europe, but they joined the USSR group. Those countries started to declare themselves as sovereign states, and they also took power in their hands from the centralized system of USSR. The Central Asian republics did not ask for independence and wanted to remain with the Soviet Federation. While when the European countries demanded for their freedom and became sovereign and got power in their own hands, the Asian republics did not try to be separate, to be independent from the Soviet Union, Soviet Federation, and they wished to remain in the Soviet Federation. In December 1991, under the leadership of Yeltsin, Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus, three major republics of the USSR declared that the Soviet Union was disbanded. In 1991, three major states in the leadership of Yeltsin: Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus declared themselves free, independent, republic, sovereign, and they also declared that the USSR, Soviet Union, was disbanded, was dismantled, was destroyed. The Communist Party of Soviet Union was banned. At the time, the only party of the USSR, that was Communist Party, was banned. Capitalism and democracy were adopted as the basis for post-Soviet republics, and the capitalism and democracy, these policies were adopted for the base of post-Soviet republic system. The declaration on the disintegration of the USSR and the formation of Commonwealth of Independent States came as a surprise to the other republics, especially to the Central Asian ones. The declaration of the disintegration of USSR, the separation of Belarus, Russia, and Ukraine, and formation of Commonwealth of Independent States was quite surprise for the countries, especially for the countries which were in the Asian region. The exclusion of these republics was an issue that was quickly solved by making them founding members of CIC. So the disintegration or separation of these states was an issue, and the issue was quickly solved as these countries were declared as the founding member of CIC, Commonwealth Independent States. Russia was now accepted as the successor state of the Soviet Union, and Russia was declared or accepted by every state the successor of Soviet Union, and it inherited, means Russia inherited a permanent seat of Soviet Union in the UN Security Council. Russia accepted all the international treaties and commitments of the Soviet Union, and as for the responsibilities of USSR, Russia took all the commitments, international treaties, and told the world that Russia will fulfill all the commitments and international treaties. It took over as the only nuclear state of the post-Soviet space and carried out some nuclear disarmament measures with the US. So it took over the only nuclear state that was of the post-Soviet, and made several agreements with US for the disarmament of nuclear weapon. The old Soviet Union was thus dead and buried, and in this manner the old Soviet Union was dead, disintegrated in 1991. So dear students, today we studied about disintegration of the USSR, and in next class we will discuss why did the Soviet Union disintegrate. So till then, keep learning, and watch this video from the beginning till end. And if you have any query, any doubt, ask your doubt through comment box. And thank you for watching this video.